thrown me out of whack of what I was doing. Just shows though, you can plan as much as you want, but it does not mean it is going to go to plan. You can plan as much as you want, but half the time it never does it never goes the way you want it to. It never goes the way you want it to. Okay. We're getting there, slowly. I really do want to change this mower out as soon as I can. Just make life harder. So that'll be one of the first things we do. Once we get some money in, we'll replace this. Get it, get the thing back. Because this is just painful. Having to go back and forward like this. Okie dokie. Round and round we go. Let's keep going round. There we go. I think the thing that's more annoying is I've already done this once. Did it in the last episode. But, oh well. What can I do? It is what it is. Come on, you can do it. You know, it does make me think though, that like with the vintage machinery, how slow it is and what have you, how farmers ever used to get anything done. Because it is slow work for them. I mean, how did they used to provide enough for the population kind of thing to make it worthwhile? It baffles me. The amount of hours they must have used to put in to achieve a fraction of what they achieve today with modern machinery. Well, yeah, that is very true. That is very true. They were faster than handwork. That is incredibly true. And I suppose with a machine like this, you could cover more hectares than doing it by hand as well. So, yeah. They are really good, very well built now. But, yeah, you buy a tractor and it's very... Well, that is true. That is also true. Modern things and as well built, you know. I find it kind of funny though, because it's like me personally, I do have a new car, you know, it is new, and the reason why I bought it was because I was sick of my old one breaking down. So I did before I had this one, I had I think it was like 12, 14 years old, something like that. And I was tired of it breaking down, so I bought a new one. But then it's one of them where you go from one end of the spectrum. If you go to the classics, as long as you maintain them regularly, they will keep running. They will just keep running and running and running because they're so well built. And then you sort of go middle area, sort of like modern classics. and they break down like nobody's business, even if you maintain them. You know, you can maintain them as much as you want. I remember when I was a kid, my dad was a mechanic, and he was a roadside mechanic. He used to have a garage at the side of the house. People would think bring cars around and repair them, and you could guarantee that he would at least have one Ford in his garage every day. Because they used to break down that frequently. Every day, at least one person would bring a Ford into the garage, because even you could maintain them as much as you want, they were always breaking down. It was funny, and the amazing thing is, he knew how to repair anything on a Ford. He could repair any part on a Ford because of how much he'd worked on them, but he would never own one. He would never buy one, because even though he knew how to repair them, he knew how bad they were, so he'd never buy one. He actually bought, if I'm right, he bought his first Ford. He bought a Ford Mondeo, I think it was. It's got to be 6-7 years ago. You know, and bear in mind, he's like 70 now. So it was I think it was about 6 years ago he bought his first Ford, and the funny thing is he actually loved it. He didn't, when he eventually got rid of it, he didn't want to get rid of it. He absolutely loved the thing, and it's like, yeah, all those years he was avoiding them. But ironic. But hey ho, another little story for you. I'm full of little stories. Right, we're nearly done on this now. Not too much left. You know when you criticise something so much until you get it and you think, why didn't I? Like, yeah, you know, amount of times I've done that. You know, I did the same. God, it's got to be about 10 years ago now. My brother-in-law, we went round to see my sister and my brother-in-law, and he was sat playing Minecraft. And every time I went round and he was playing Minecraft, I used to criticise him for it, because I was like, "Oh, it's a kid game. It's because a kid's game. It's rubbish. You know, why are you playing all that? You know, why are you playing that? Blah blah blah." And I really criticised it. And this one particular day, he said, "Why don't you have a go with me?" And I was like, "Nah, it's rubbish. Can't be bothered with that." Anyway, I did. I sat down and we went on multiplayer, and I had a game with him. And needless to say, that night I went home and bought it. And then after that, I must have sunk about 3,000 hours into Minecraft. So yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from with that one. Oh, don't get me started on Minecraft. I played that for 9 years, non-stop. That was my go-to game, still is. I played since school. I was in year 7. Yeah, no, that's the thing. You know, I think the first time I played Minecraft was on PlayStation 3, 4. Would have been PlayStation 4, wouldn't it? Yeah. Like when it first came out on PlayStation 4, kind of thing. A couple of months after it came out. And that's the first time I ever played it, and I played it a lot up until probably about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And yeah, I was the same. It was one of my go-to games, especially if I had nothing to do. You know, I just wanted to build something or whatever. You know, I remember on one particular map I actually built a fort. There was a massive mountain in the middle of the seeded map that I had, and I ended up literally starting at the top and digging my way through the mountain and replacing every block and turning it into this massive fort. So the entire fort that I built was built out of this mountain that I built it into, and it was amazing. I spent hours doing that, and then when they actually how to get chickens. Yeah, no, but the thing is though, and that's another thing that's kind of funny, as a content creator, you make, at the time you'll make something and you're like, yeah, that was really good, that, I'm glad I did that, and then years down the line you'll look back at it and think, that was minging, why did I do that? Why did I even bother? You know, because it's like, I actually, before I did YouTube this time, I attempted YouTube, I think it was about 3 years ago. I made a grand total of about 10, 15 videos, didn't do many. Was it 3 years? 2, 3 years ago, I can't remember exactly how long. It was on FS17 anyway. But I was recording FS17 from release, so it was like, I started the week of release of FS17 on recording on my PlayStation. So I was doing the content off my PlayStation and recording it onto my PC and then putting it up to YouTube. And when I first started doing YouTube this time, and I logged back into the channel that I did it on, and I was watching some of the videos, I was like, oh my god, what was I doing? My audio quality was horrific, my video quality was horrific, and it was just like, and even my gameplay and me talking, and you know, because like now, I don't feel, you know, I know everybody's sort of critical, usually critical of themselves unless they think they're awesome. I don't think I'm awesome, you know, but it's one of them where even now, I don't think my commentary is the best. I think sometimes I do struggle with things to say, and I do struggle think of topics to talk about sometimes. And I sort of look at my videos and I think, oh, that's not so great, all that kind of thing. But when I compare it to what I used to do, or some of my earlier videos on this channel, and I sort of look at it and think, how have I even got any subscribers? Kind of thing. But yeah, no, some videos that you do you see, you make you cringe. Well, yeah, this is it. Like I said, I don't consider myself the best. I don't consider myself the worst. But I think it's like, from my perspective, I feel that it's good that I'm critical of myself, because then it pushes me to do better. Just because, you know, if you think you're perfect, then you're not going to strive to do better, and then you're just going to sort of stagnate, if you get what I mean. You know, I do not think I'm the best. I know I'm not the best. You know, and I always do try to do better. I do get radio silent a little bit sometimes when I'm streaming or when I'm recording, and I shouldn't, but it's like, what do I say? You know, but it is what it is, isn't it? Can't have it perfect every time. Right, so the mowing is done on the first half of the field. We can finally use the windrower. There we go. And then I don't think we're going to be able to collect it today because we haven't got the money to buy the collection wagon. So it's going to be a case of just row it up and then do it. So I just checked when my first video was uploaded, and it was in 2011. Wow. So you've really been doing YouTube that long? So that's an achievement. That is an achievement. 2011, wow. Actually, no, I don't want to do that, do I? Let's go the other way, because otherwise it's going to be too close to the hedgerow. Well, yeah, no, that's an achievement, that, Kavasa. So, at least you managed to stick it out all them years. You know, my first attempt of doing YouTube, I gave up. You know, because I wasn't getting my views there and then. I gave up. But I was working as well at the time, so obviously putting more effort in around work and what have you. It's one of them. Sometimes you just expect instant glorification, and it doesn't happen. Yes, it's on and off. You know, I still want to be a content creator, but it's not easy to balance things like that when you need to study, work, and other things. No, that's very true, and that's what I was just saying then, innit? You know, the first time I did YouTube, I was working quite a lot. You know, I'm trying to get that work-life balance and do that kind of stuff. It can be really challenging. It can be really challenging, you know. But whereas, like, at the moment, I'm in a situation where I'm a bit blessed for time. you know, so I have got time to do this kind of thing. So it's obviously it may not stay like this, but for now, it's I am blessed with some time to actually do the content and get it out. So, but no, I know exactly where you're coming from on that. I know exactly where you're coming from. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Right, so let's go back the other way, and then that will hopefully make a double windrow then. Oh no, it's not doing. It's just flicking the other windrow. Never mind. Oh, let's turn that off because it's just flicking it everywhere. So if I move out a little bit, I'm not used to using these single windrowers. I usually use the ones that row it behind you. Don't usually use the singles. But saying that, it's only a small field. It's only a bit. What I might do actually, I might run off the edge rather than going round. I'll run off the edge like so. Yeah. And then we'll turn round and I'll go back the other way and we'll do it that way. I think that'll be a lot easier. Do it in rows like that. There we go. Make some decent size swaths. See, this is the speed that we should have been doing with a mower. That mower is just so slow. Horrible. Right. Try and get this right so I'm not flicking it everywhere. There we go. I think we got that then. Get it all into one nice swath. And then it's ready for collecting. Not that we can do it yet, but it's there ready. I'm hoping what I might do is before the next stream I'll advance time a little bit to get at least one of the crops ready, because otherwise we're going to be stuck with nothing to do, and the contract list doesn't seem to be updating that quickly. I might get the, like I said before, get the contract update mod and see how that goes. I'm watching the video, it has copyright music on it and no strike. Those were the days. I just noticed I have download. You know, I remember buying San Andreas on PS4, I think. You know, when they did the PlayStation Classics sort of thing. I don't know if you have a PlayStation, but they released like a PlayStation Classics thing, and they released one of the first games they released was San Andreas, and I was like, oh, I've got to play that. And this was after GTA 4, 5 came out. I can't remember which one it was. And I went on it and I was like, oh my god, look at the graphics. You know, if you go back and play a game sometimes, it really ruins the memory you have for that game. You know, you used to think it's such an, you know, amazing graphics and all that kind of thing, and then when you go back, it's like, that's not the game I remember. Oh. But it was a good game though. I used to love San Andreas. Spent hours playing that. I sunk hundreds of hours in San Andreas. Sunk hundreds of hours into that game. But it was a good game. It was very good. But yeah, they have gone a bit overboard now with all the copyright stuff and what have you. You know, just to get a bit of simple music on your channel, you've got to adhere to all these rules and regulations and what have you. And it's like going overboard. Yeah, cause it's like with me. I have a subscription to Epidemic Sound, just so that I can use music on my channel, without getting any copyright slams. Yeah, well that's it. Well, I have it connected to my to both my accounts, so I'm covered. So I'm all right there. Just to play it safe kind of thing. You got to do it. It's not worth the strike. It's just not worth it. Just another ploy to get money out of you. That's all they ever seem to do these days, is just come up with new ways to squeeze more money out of you. Oh, didn't know there was a fence in there. I think we're only going to have to go up and down once, maybe 2 more times now. And that should be it's rolled up. At least we'll get a little bit of silage on the go ready for some cows. Won't be a lot, but it'll be a bit. At least be a couple of thousand litres. Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We're nearly done. It's been a bit of an eventful stream, this one, to be honest, with all the muck-ups and errors. Wasn't anticipating any of this when I started doing this stream today. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. All part of the fun, I guess. All part of the fun. Can't wait till this farm actually starts to produce something and get some money in. At the moment, all we're doing is hemorrhaging money. We're not making any. But once we start getting the first couple of crops in, I think we'll start to make some money then. That's when things will start to change. Or at least I hope they will. Can only hope. I think one more pass should do it. Should just about I think we'll just grab that there. Go like that. That's it, yeah. And then if we just run over it one more time and get it all into one swath, that should be good. Just do one more run on it, neaten it up a little bit, and that should be good for collection then. Job done. Okay, that's that all rolled up. Obviously we can't do anything with it now until we get that wagon, which won't be too long, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right, let's quickly check that contract list again. No, it's still the same 3. It's not updated again yet. Seems to be taking its time. I think I'll definitely... Oh no, we run out of fuel! That's a problem. It's stuck in the middle of the driveway. I wasn't paying attention to the fuel gauge. What we're gonna do about that? I'm gonna have to see if I can get the fuel can, jerry can mod, and so we can get some fuel in that, so that we can get it moved. Because at the moment it's blocking the driveway. But anyway, on that note, I am gonna leave the stream there because unfortunately I do have some other things to do today. So thank you for watching, I will be back again at 8 PM UK time tonight with some Medieval Dynasty. If you'd like to join, please come along to the stream and join. If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell or follow on Twitch. And I will see you all later. Thanks so much for watching and bye for now. See you later, Kavasa.